So I'm laying in bed, kind of like depressed. I woke up like an hour ago, and normally I get up anywhere between, the minute I wake up to, within like an hour or something. Um, it really just depends on how I feel. I need to fix my bedtime. I keep going to bed super late at night, and like I keep saying I'm gonna fix it. I'm gonna go to bed earlier, and then I try. Either it doesn't happen, or I try to go to bed earlier, and then um, I still wake up at the same time or even later. Sometimes I sleep even longer if I try to go to bed earlier, which really sucks because then I end up waking up later in the day. So, uh, I don't want to even talk about why I'm depressed. I guess I could just say it's PTSD related and related to a lot of other issues um but I don't know. I hate being like this because especially if I'm already waking up late because I feel like I'm lazy and other people are gonna think that I'm lazy or that I'm just making this up and I'm finding an excuse to lay in bed or something or whatever, and it's like I'm not. I want to start my day. There's lots of things I want to do, and I'm sure that after I finish this video I'll feel like getting up because I'm talking about it, and I know talking about it helps. So, but other people aren't around to always talk to, so I figure, hey, let's record a video. Um, Also, I don't always like bothering people because I'm thinking oh, I'm just being a stupid annoyance again because oh, every time I call a friend, it's because I'm depressed or something, and not really oh, hi, how are you? Let's hang out. It's no, I'm depressed today. Can you talk to me or let me rant to you? And it's that feels very pathetic, and I don't want my friendships to be just that. So, um, and I don't talk much in general. So I figure if I don't talk much in general, it wouldn't make sense for me to all of a sudden start talking a lot because I'm really depressed, and then cause that'll make up most of my interactions, and that's not usually very pleasant for most people. Most people, when they want a friend, they want them to be a friend and not to only call them because they're depressed or something or need something. Every time I see one of those memes on Facebook or whatever that says something along the lines of it's if you're, or not even memes, some people actually post this as their status to vent, or they have in the past. I don't know if they still do this. Sorry, my hand is getting a little cramped. It's they'll say it's oh, that friend that only calls you when they need something and not, to hang out. And it's oh, I hope I'm not that person. I don't want to be that person. I try really hard not to be that person. But the fact of it is, I'm very introverted. So that's why I don't really talk much in general. And the one thing that really kind of encourages me to talk is when I'm feeling crappy because I know that I can it does actually help me to talk to someone. And they always say, in the mental health community, it's when you're feeling bad, reach out to someone. It's well, if I do that every time I'm feeling bad, I'm going to drive everyone away. So, uh, um, what else was I going to say? What's important about this topic? And again, look at my ceiling because my hand is cramping. I have these pretty lights and, this I think the little stars on the ceiling. I don't know if you can see them, but yep. So I also have a vaporizer over there in the background. It's not spewing as much vapor as it should. So at night when I'm trying to breathe, the air is too dry because it's the dead of winter here. So it's this is all in vain. Anyway, see, I feel like I'm already feeling better. I always feel better when I talk. That's why I pulled out my camera. So, but yeah, I know a lot of people on the spectrum try to deal with mental health stuff, and it's hard not to feel like you're just lazy or like this feeling that you're purposely doing this to yourself or whatever, and you need to just get up and just do things, right? Um, and I don't know where exactly this comes from. I think it's just from, people just suggesting to me that, oh, it's just that I'm not trying hard enough, or it's all in my head and stuff. And some of it, honestly, when it comes to mental health stuff, I believe there is some, level of control that most people have. We can actually do things to make it better, but we can't say that, that legitimate, mental health conditions are all made up in your head, because if it was, we would have fixed that a long time ago. I would have decided not to have, all these problems a long time ago if I could. And sorry, I'm totally buried in these blankets, but they're so comfortable. Why did I apologize? A friend of mine always told me to stop apologizing so much. But yeah, if it was all in my head, I would have done something a long time ago. And right now, I'm talking louder and faster because I feel better already. And now it's okay, now I can do something because I talked about it. I feel better when I talk about it. Now I can get up from my bed and I can go eat breakfast and do things and exercise, and it doesn't take much for me usually. It's just it's awful hard to do, to change my mindset on my own. I either have to wait for it to change, or I have to talk to myself, or talk to a camera, or talk to an audio recorder or something, or in some cases talk to a friend if they are willing to hear me whining. But yeah. Alright, anyway, thank you guys for letting me rant, and I hope that if you're having a weird mental health problem day, that you make it the best darn mental health problem day that you can possibly have, even if that means just surviving. So, anyway, bye-bye. Ugh.